according to my wife, that's 2 minutes ahead.
We'll talk to him now. He says it's on him. Every time he says
It goes back.
it goes back.
I've got alarm, our two, both Deb and I have alarm clocks, and even when it automatically sets, they set like 4 to 5 minutes behind. And there's nothing you can do about it. I can't figure out how to manually set it.
That one is correct.
Yep. Participants. Just last reminder, anybody who wants to sign up for public comment, make sure you get that done on the sign-up sheet. Thank you. Okay. The proclamation. Okay. Ready? No chief. No chief. Yeah. No chiefs.
Yes, they have a girl.
Girl. All right. Very good. Okay. All right. I'd like to call to order the Florence City Council meeting for Monday, November 3rd, 2025. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Counselor Van Houten.
Here.
Counselor Stiefel. Counselor Mergelman.
Here.
Counselor Gardner.
Here.
Counselor Stone.
Here.
Counselor McKinnon.
Here.
Mayor Wolf.
Here. Our first order of business tonight is just to recognize and honor the Florence High School Marching Band for what they've done. What's going to happen? I'm going to read a proclamation here from the city, and then we will get all the council members down here along with the banner that we have for you, and take a big group photo, and we'll let Mr. Nelson take charge of getting all the kids up there and together. All right. So here's our proclamation. Whereas the Florence High School Howling Husky Pride Marching Band defended their 2024 1A state championship title by taking first place in the 2025 Colorado Bandmasters Association State Championship. And whereas this is the third 1A state championship band title in the school's history, and whereas the members of the Florence Howling Husky Pride Marching Band are to be commended for their unwavering dedication, hard work, devotion to excellence, and extraordinary talent. And whereas this achievement would not be possible without the support of organizations such as the Florence Band Boosters, parents, and generous community sponsors. And whereas the Florence Howling Husky Pride Band Director demonstrated incredible dedication to the success of the band, providing immense time, resources, and support. And whereas the Florence RE2 School District was instrumental in providing support to the Florence Howling Husky Pride Marching Band through the 2025 season. And whereas the City of Florence takes pride in the achievement of the Florence Howling Husky Pride Marching Band. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Florence, Colorado, do hereby proclaim November 2025 as Florence Howling Husky Pride Month in the City of Florence, Colorado, and urge all citizens to celebrate the tremendous achievements of the Florence Howling Husky Pride Marching Band. Congratulations, guys. Yeah. And I also just wanted to say too, and I've talked to some of the kids out there, I get to see you guys about every day because I come up to the high school at about 3:20 to help out up there, and I park right there where you guys are practicing. And it is amazing the work that goes on there. And just sit there and watch you. You know, it's just a great job. You guys put so much time and effort into it. And I know the parents do. You know, I watch in the background when halftime shows come on. It is just amazing. So congratulations. All right. So let's get everybody, I'm going to, city council members and everybody else right down here, and we'll get this banner that is for them. They do work so darn hard. Hey, Bam!
Does it ever get tired doing so much? Is it just hard? I don't know what that's like.
Thank you. And they can stay. Yep. Just in case. All right, our next item 4 is public comments. Reminder, just keep it to 3 minutes and state your name and address. All right. First up, Orland Camaro. And make sure the green light is on the microphone there. Just press the button.
93 grad was on the marching band back then. All right, I'll try my best to stay to 3 minutes. Thanks
Okay.
for having me. So, good evening, Mayor, council members, and city staff. My address, I live in Howard, but I have 2 properties in Florence. So, I'm here tonight because I'm a director of the Union Ditch Water Company. We kind of think there's a bit of a serious issue that continues to come up in this city's published policy regarding water tap requirements.
Specifically, the section that lists Union Ditch Company shares as part of what's needed for new water taps for outside users. Your policy currently states that in addition to the tap fee, the following shares of Union Ditch Water Company or raw water rights equivalent to Union Ditch shares acceptable to the city are required. The table then assigns a number of Union Ditch shares for each tap size, and it is even written in the municipal code. That policy may seem harmless on paper, but in practice it's creating real confusion, and it's fundamentally inappropriate for a few key reasons. Union Ditch Company shares are private property. Union Ditch is not a City of Florence utility. It's a private mutual ditch company, owned by its shareholders, governed by its own board of directors, and bound by its articles of incorporation and bylaws. Each share represents a proportionate right to water diverted from the Arkansas River under an adjudicated water right. Those shares are not the city's to sell, advertise, or assign value to in the city policy. When the city publishes a document saying X number of Union Ditch shares are required for this tap size, it implies that the city has the authority to dictate how they are used or transferred. This is not true. That implication creates confusion for landowners, developers, and even potential home buyers, and it invites the city into a private ownership structure. It has no standing to regulate. It pits your own citizens against one another by tying private Union Ditch shares to public water tap sales. The city unintentionally creates an artificial market where private shareholders are placed in opposition to other citizens seeking taps. It suggests to those seeking new water taps that their ability to access city water depends on finding and purchasing shares from their neighbors who may or may not wish to sell. That dynamic fosters resentment and misunderstanding. It puts private citizens, the Union Ditch shareholders, in the position of being gatekeepers for city growth or development, which is unfair both to them and the people seeking taps. No city should be in the business of setting its citizens against each other over something as fundamental as water access, and no private company should have its assets used as a bargaining chip in a municipal water policy. By referencing a specific private company by name and by assigning quantitative share requirements, the city is inserting itself into private water transactions it cannot oversee or guarantee. If a developer outside user acts on this published guidance, believing the city can facilitate or validate the purchase of Union Ditch shares, and then that transaction fails or misleads them, the city could face serious credibility or even legal challenges. There are numerous raw water options in the basin, and the city should remain neutral and general in how it defines acceptable sources. There's a better, cleaner way to do this. If the city's intent is to ensure that new users bring adequate raw water to serve their needs, that's both understandable and responsible, but the proper approach is to reference raw water rights acceptable to the city, not to advertise or assign numeric value to shares of specific private ditch company. Here's our request for correction and collaboration. I respectfully ask that the city council and staff consider the following. Immediately remove any reference to Union Ditch Company or any other private mutual ditch company from the city's published policies. Replace the language with the neutral reference to raw water rights acceptable to the city of Florence. Clarify publicly that Union Ditch shares are privately owned and that the city does not sell or broker those shares. Doing so protects your citizens, preserves your credibility, and honors the long-standing private water systems that help build this community. The Union Ditch shareholders are not opposition. We're your neighbors, we're your business owners, your volunteers, and your taxpayers. We just ask that our private property, our water shares, not be used as a city marketing tool or a gatekeeping device for new development. Thank you for hearing this concern and for taking steps to correct it in the spirit of cooperation and community integrity.
Thank
Sorry
you.
to go over.
And did we have a copy of? Yeah, of what your requests were. Okay, appreciate that. Okay. Joan Elliott.
Joan Elliott, 404 Wilson, Florence, Colorado. What I'd like to do is I'd like to say thank you for all the Florence city employees. I need my glasses now. Florence may be a small town, but it's powered by big hearts. From our streets and parks and public safety, utilities, city hall, and every department in between, you keep our town running smoothly all year long. This holiday season, we have the Holly Jolly Christmas experience that we are upgrading the Christmas season. And we want to say a heartfelt thank you for all you do to make our community shine. As a special way to celebrate we'd love to have our Florence City employees lead the way in our Holly Jolly Christmas Parade on Friday, November 29th. The lineup is at 9:30. The parade begins at 11, and it goes downtown Florence, down to our Winter Wonderland in the middle of the block downtown. So show off your Christmas spirit, lights, Santa hats, city trucks, or costumes, and help us kick off this holiday season with joy and pride. From all of Florence, we appreciate you. What we do have is that we do have a trolley that the Pioneer Committee is going to let us to use, so we'll have quite a few spaces on there. I don't know, are there any other bike riders besides you that could maybe be in the parade?
As we look at Tammy.
Do tricycles count?
Yes. Oh, tricycles would be great, wouldn't it? Yes. So
Okay.
we would like to do that, and we certainly would like to honor all the employees and what you do for Florence.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Sue Kinzer?
Okay, good evening, all. You probably know my address by heart now. So, Sue Kinzer, 302 Wilson Avenue in Fraser. Not Fraser, Florence. Raised my kids up in Fraser area, so. Anyhow, I'm here to complain again. No, that doesn't sound very good. I'm here to bring up for discussion again our code enforcement. And I wish that Chief would have been here. I would have talked to him. But anyhow, we have a problem at the corner of 505, or at the corner of 5th Street and Fraser Avenue. And I know that we've talked to the one household numerous times, all the way back to when Pritchard's son was the code enforcement. And then on the other side now, there's new people that have moved in, and hopefully they have somebody coming to gather the stuff that they've left out on the corner. But that's a corner that the city, or that the schools turn onto when they're leaving the school. And it's just a mess, and there's nowhere to park for those people with extra cars to park. So they park them in the evening, they park them right on the road. And so you can't hardly get through there. And it is a road. It's not an alleyway. It's termed a road. So I know that we're trying very hard to clean up our town and make it beautiful. It is beautiful, but make it more beautiful. So this is something that I really, really think needs to be taken care of. Like I say, initially it was looked at clear back before Matt. So it was, I believe Pritchard was the name, and his son. So I think that's my 3 minutes, huh? Oh, it's not. It's somebody else's phone. So anyhow, thank you for your consideration, and hopefully we'll get it squared away. There is one car at 505 that's actually covered in grass. Can't even see it. And there's 2 boats, and there's a lot of cars that don't work there. So thank you.
Thank you, Sue. All right, item 5, consent agenda. Consider approving the minutes for our regular city meeting and our special city meeting. Approve the expenditures for October 23rd and October 30th. The annual liquor license renewals for the 2 Alta convenience stores. And then approving the agreement for water services for East Florence Water Association. At this time, is there any one of these items that a council member would like to pull? All right, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda A, B, C, D, E, and F.
And do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes. Old business. Consider approving the second reading and adopting ordinance number 8-2025. Planning Director, please.
Good evening. On October 20th, 2025, the city unanimously approved the first reading of ordinance number 8-2025, which would designate the Woods Building at 318 West Main Street as a local historic landmark. Do you have any questions pertaining to the staff report or anything concerns or?
I don't believe so. It was well explained last meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Could we have a motion to approve?
I'd like to make the motion that the Florence City Council approve the second reading of ordinance number 8-2025, designating the Woods Building as a local historic landmark and placing it on the local historic registry based on the findings of fact outlined in chapter 15.60.080 of the Florence Municipal Code, and in consideration of the recommendation of the Historic Preservation Commission and the testimony during the City Council public hearing.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Counselor McKinnon,
Yes.
Counselor Stone,
Yes.
Counselor Van Houten,
Yes.
Counselor Mergelman,
Yes.
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Mayor Wolf.
Yes. Motion passes. All right, council reports. Well, we do want to report that Councilman Stiefel, they had a little girl last week, and we wish him best luck here. We can truly understand why he's not at the meeting tonight. James.
Nothing to report.
Gail.
Halloween saw lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of trick-or-treaters. I have to tell you, early on, a little guy, maybe somewhere between 18 months, 2 years, came with, I'm going to assume, Daddy. And Daddy said, "Tell the lady trick-or-treat." And his eyes just got big. "Tell the lady trick-or-treat." And he's still big eyes. Pretty soon Daddy reaches down and whispers in his ear, "Tell the lady trick or treat." So then the little boy goes, "Trick or treat." That was the highlight of my evening. But anyway, again, the kids, the parents, they were just so polite and said thank you.
Rudolph.
I've been going to the master plan meetings. That's taken shape. It's, I think it's finally coming into focus, and we should be taking some final actions on that in the next few meetings. I attended the city-county meeting the other day. Had a very, very good meeting. Very open communication. Discussed a lot of things that concerning all the Canyon City, Florence, and the county. Again, Halloween, I'd like to thank the city for all the help they do to get that set up. And if all those kids lived in Florence, I think we'd have a 5A high school. So, that's all I've got.
Tammy.
Yeah, I attended several meetings, and I guess most of them must have been with Rudel. The master plan community engagement went really well. We had several community members show up, and also the city-county meeting, and it was very open meeting. And we had a huge crowd for the Halloween event downtown. It was really nice, good weather. And then I think there's a business after hours this month on the 19th. Rocky Mountain Bank and Trust at 5? 5 o'clock. Thank you.
Brenda.
Okay, I attended the city-county meeting also with Rudel and Tammy and the master plan, and also went downtown for the trick-or-treating and was totally amazed at all of the crowd and how everybody was so nice. And again, thanks city crew also for their hard work of setting everything up. And it was quite a turnout. Wonderful night. Thank you to Florence for that.
Mayor's report, I attended a Zoom meeting with the CDOT Front Range Planning Group, and went and talked with Lori about some things about that afterwards. I'd like to thank the city for going around and picking up leaves. Citizens Bag of Up is just one of those extra benefits that the citizens have from the city of Florence and Public Works and all the work to do there. And then I'd just like to thank some of the other council members and staff members who kind of picked up the slack for me here the last couple of weeks between some illness and some family issues that happened. I appreciate all your help and in that area. Interim city manager report. I know Chief Humphrey's not here right now. I thought we'll go around this way real quick and then we'll. City attorney.
Nothing for me.
Okay. City clerk.
Polls are open tomorrow. Tomorrow's election day, so if you're a Florence resident, be sure to go and vote. Thank you.
All right. So official master plan public hearing is on, what day is that? Thursday, the 20th of November, 5:30. Okay. Okay. Finance Director? Well, yeah, why don't you come up to the podium?
Good evening. Included in your packet was the financials for your budget summary for September through the end of the year. When we had a budget planning meeting this week and we looked at all of the accounts and where all of our projects were, we are actually in pretty good shape. Most of the projects are either at the conclusion or in the process of. So anything that has any open spending will be expended by the end of the year. I think one of the biggest highlights is the swimming pool. If you really look, I really wanted to make sure that that was highlighted because we not only were able to have 9,000 patrons, kiddos, all the swim lessons, we were able to have a $34,000 surplus. And what that means is that will be able to be, we will be able to save that for next year for long-term care of the pool. So that's super exciting. I haven't seen that in a very long time. The pool is really hard to even out, but I think this year they did an excellent job. Cortland and Catherine and Leslie, and I forgot to put your head guard. Landon. They did a really good job this year of keeping it going and making sure that those kids have a good season. And I think one of the most important things, 300 swimming lessons. That's a lot of swimming lessons in a short period of time for a lot of little ones. So I thought that was pretty cool. So general fund, overall, 77% of our revenues have been collected, 75% expended. So that's good news, good health through that. For general fund, water fund, we're pretty flat. We will be paying this month a bond payment that's due on December 1st. So that will kind of make it go a little wonky for that month as we pay it, as we pull those funds to pay those bond payments. Just a few projects left in the water fund. The catwalk needs to be done. We're working with a contractor on that. We are not going to go forward with the lock project. That has been ended, so that project will not be done. Any questions on the budget? Anything?
Sales tax revenue has been pretty good.
Yep, very consistent,
I know,
about 5%.
Yeah, because I know there was real concern within the county at the beginning of the year.
And they bounced back though too
Good.
when I watched the last meeting. So, Yeah, very, very healthy. Let's see, as far as the Fund 17, we've spent about 640,000 on those major street improvements. We do have a few culverts, more asphalt for potholes to be completed. So we do have some spending left in Fund 17 that we will be doing. And then we have a whole bunch of trees that will be planted between the cemetery, City Hall, and within the town. So trees will start planting. Sam will be working on that. The Pioneer Park bathroom, we did have to delay that bid due to some unforeseen circumstances with the paneling and getting the paneling and working the paneling and some of that the engineers did not foresee. So they're reworking that to get that out. We're thinking the next couple weeks to get that back out. So that is still going on. And I think that kind of closes out. We also have been driving around, and we're looking at some things that we could go forward and fix. So that's kind of where the workshop for next week is looking at some of these that we maybe have some extra revenue that we can do sidewalks specifically for our workshop that Cortland reached out for you. So that is what that is. All right. Any questions? You have any questions for me? Oh, the base station is on track. Remember the base station that we that you guys approved, the one base station this year, the base station, the connector for the census meters. That project is well underway and should be done by the end of the year.
Okay. Any questions? And again, we really appreciate the detail that you give, that's been given us in the city manager's report and all the different departments. So,
Thank you.
yep. At this time, does anybody have any need for executive session? Okay. Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. And reminder that 5:30 workshop before the next council meeting. Okay. All right. 2 weeks.